Okay, Chuck Wilson, New Hope Community Church, connecting the dots. And here we go. The title for today is The Clock is Ticking. The clock is ticking. And there are two groups, biblically, there are two groups that are going to come under increasing attack as we get closer to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Matthew 24:9 tells us about one of them, first of all, where it says, "Then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you will be hated by all nations because of me." And he's talking to the church here. He's talking to Christians. We are going to be increasingly hated, which we are seeing all over the world, and it's happening in the United States. Half of the country now hates us very, very much. It's happening, okay? But there's a second group. If you study Daniel and Revelation, which we've been doing, if you study Daniel and Revelation, we also see that Israel and the righteous Jews, the true Jews, I'm not talking about the apostates who go along with the world, I'm talking about the true Jews, they're going to face increasing attack. And we're seeing both of these happening. Israel is now standing alone on the world stage, almost alone. Right here, the U.S. rejected a United Nations Security Council resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, standing by Jerusalem. France, the UK, Russia, and China all supported the resolution, which received 14 votes in favor and 1 vote against it, meaning it was not adopted by the Council. If the United States is the one nation standing against this Security Council, unbelievable. And listen to what we say. It's inexcusable, inexplicable that many members of this council still refuse to acknowledge that Hamas could end this conflict tomorrow. I would say yesterday, by surrendering and laying down its arms. It's unconscionable that the UN still has not labeled and sanctioned Hamas as a terrorist organization. That's by the U.S. Charge of Affairs, Dorothy Shea said from the United States. The war could end any second. Give the hostages back and stop shooting missiles into Israel. It'd be over. The one side's doing it all, and the other side's defending itself, but they're labeling Israel as terrorists, not Hamas. It's just unbelievable. In her remarks, she also stated that the Security Council could not reward Hamas after the terrorist group rejected multiple ceasefire proposals. They reject proposal after proposal because they know that the countries of the world are supporting them, and so they won't take the ceasefire. They just keep it going, knowing that they can get away with it. We thank the United States for standing on the right side, for standing on the side of truth, justice, and moral clarity. Thank you for refusing to abandon the hostages and for refusing to legitimize the lies of this resolution, Danon said in a statement. That's the Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Danny Danon. Thank the U.S. for voting against this resolution. Israel is standing alone. It's unbelievable. And you see that in Matthew 24, as Jesus' second coming gets closer, all these things are supposed to happen. But we still have a job to do. We know that the second coming is getting closer. We see the birth pains getting closer. We see the birth getting very close. And we have a job to do. In spite of all this craziness, Israel standing alone, Christians under persecution. In Matthew 24, verse 14, it says this, "And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." We still have a job to do. It is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. Are we doing that? Are we focusing on that? And are you, if you're out there listening, are you ready for Jesus to come again? The gospel says in John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life." Have you put your faith in Jesus Christ, given your life to Jesus Christ, repented of your sin, and surrendered your life to Jesus Christ, putting your faith in his death and resurrection for our justification before God? Have you taken that step yet? And are we sharing that great news? I hope we are. Watch the news. Read it. Watch it. Pay attention biblically what is going on.